Okay, welcome back. Spirit Child here, 1723. We're going to do a read-in for Sagittarius in the month of September. I'm going to use at least 4 decks and maybe one timing card. So let's get the first row out. And if you're returning, I appreciate it. If you're new, welcome. All right. Well, I think we got your row out. We'll take this one more, even though I was trying to bring another one. All righty. First card out's the Chariot. So we're showing movement. There's an angel of guidance. Um, yeah, this looks like, taking action. There's duality there. There's male, female. Um, these guys got to cooperate and pull together, for the chariot to move forward. But this is shown, major action. Then we have the Six of Cups come out, support. This could be emotional support, from your friends, your loved ones, your peer group. This is saying you're getting the emotional support from family and friends. Then we have the Magician come out. Very good, Saggy. All right, Angel of Magic. So here's a guy working with the elements to manifest whatever he wants, to alchemize what he needs, whatever he has his heart or intention set on, this person can manifest it into being. So that's great energy there. It happens to be male energy. And we have the Hermit, angel of reflection. So this is a guy going up on the mountain, with the light, to be by himself and quiet. And in these days and ages, this type of behavior doesn't happen. You can learn how to meditate, for 2 or 3 minutes, sometimes you can, get a little guidance, and, build it up to 5 or 10 minutes or even 20 minutes. But, those days of leaving for the weekend and going up to the mountain, although that's great, you can get out in nature for that long and relax. You probably will get all the answers you need, you know. And the fairies are great to manifest with, if you're out in nature, especially around water, parks, forest, all of the above. All right, let's see what else we got for you, Saggy. Second row out. This is a different deck here, but we're going to see. Wow, it's all over the place. All right. All right. We got humor. All right, we got you 3 cards. All right, first card out is Life and Death. It is a 16 card, which goes to 7. To me, seven's reaffirmation or commitment to a choice. This is bringing up the question: do we really die? So spiritually, it follows the same rules as science. Really, matter can't be created or destroyed. It just changes shapes. So your soul essence doesn't go anywhere. Can't be destroyed. Um, you know, my belief is, that's eternal. And then we have the healing card. That's a 17, which adds up to 8. That's abundance for me. You can heal yourself with your thoughts or make yourself sick. So it's just the kind of friendly reminder to talk to yourself nice and remove negative talk, but also to think about the stuff you want more than what's less favorable or desirable in your life. Speak the stuff that you want into existence. That's part of the magician back in the first row. That's a tool of the magician, right? His words are powerful. Um, and then we have humor, which is 30, which is a 3. That's ascended masters for me. Surround yourself with people who have a sense of humor and smile on their face. So, yeah, that's always helpful. Definitely. I used to go out a little more, not a lot, but once in a while to see a comedian, just to totally get detached from everything in the 3D world, especially work, and have some laughs and cut up with people, friends. Just be careful. If you sit close to the stage, you will be picked on in some form or fashion. All right, let's take a few love oracle cards from this deck here. It's a little sticky in here, so I don't know if that'll affect the cards, but after this is done, I'm going to turn up the AC or turn down, however you look at it. People go both ways with that. I say colder, I guess you're turning it down. All right, if nothing jumps, we'll shuffle 3 more times and we'll take the top 3 cards. 1, 2, all right, 3. I'm gonna go in gaps. All right, Sagittarius. This is the month of September. I want you to enjoy your life. So this is your person. Kind of a little declaration that they want you to be happy. I'm not sure if you're not happy with them right now. You would think that question kind of leads you to that's the possible energy. I still care about you. So yeah, same type of thing. Seems like you guys have space. And I don't, if you've listened to my readings in the past when I did more long ones, um, I think there's a certain amount of separation times, especially after the honeymoon phase, where it's healthy and you kind of realign with your partner as far as how much time do I want to give to this? You know what I mean? Is this valuable in my life? And not all, but a big part of the excitement and the chase and the passion might have fizzled out or slowed down. That ain't the main thing anymore. And I think it makes people, am I getting along with their children? It makes, you know, people ask questions about, how do I pursue this? How much time am I going to give this? How much energy, and what's the other person giving back? And is it equal? Is there you know, is it going both ways? And then the last card in this row is you fill me up with happiness. So Saggy, you put the whammy on somebody. I mean, they want you. It looks like you pushed them away, or they might have retreated too, because I'm getting this energy of not good enough. Maybe a little bit of childhood wounds. Nothing crazy, but they might have pulled back from you and then realized, like, man, I should have worked harder at this. So, all right. We're going to do one more row with the romance angels. I don't know. We'll do 2 or 3. Let's see what comes out. We got one jumping all the way. Stay optimistic about your love life, right? Because these cards, this particular deck's used so often, I'm sure you see it if you listen to a lot of readings and stuff online, I'm just going to read the top, but I'll tell you what I intuitively think the card is reflecting in this reading. Stay optimistic about your love life. So, this is, in the times they used to bring gifts, um, and, lay down sacrifices, and maybe petition for something or ask a particular god, goddess, saint, for favor or help with romance. So, this lady's looking to come back in. And then it says express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So this card's encouraging you, sorry, not to be quiet about it, if you truly feel for the person, get back in there and express that. You might think it's over, and it might be the one thing that, decides to change the person's mind, like to give you another chance. And then you got to prove yourself that you're truly want that, and you don't have to do anything to deserve it, but you have to kind of show through action, is my experience, that you want that. And then it says let your friends help, ask for and accept support from each other. So again, sometimes maybe, when there's been a little space or distance, maybe it's more comfortable inviting this person, out with friends first. Of course, you're not going to get any private time or any serious conversation, but just, to feel the temperature of the situation, overall, it looks pretty good. I like the magician and the manifestation, and keep the focus on what you want. There's a little bit of healing work to do. Um, it's talking about not being shy and expressing your love. That can be family, friends, loved ones. All right, think of a question, any question. We're going to get one timing card. It might apply, might not. They call this a, timing deck, but there's some that ain't exactly that. But if you want to think of a question before I pull a card, oh boy. Oh boy. Well, most of them went in one direction, one went in the other direction. So think of your question. I'm grabbing the one card on the left. Everything else shooted to the right. Or shot to the right. Yeah, shooted. Having a good morning. All right. So you got your question? The answer to your question, which it doesn't seem like a timing thing to me, but it could be, is helpful people. So again, if you're going through the other side of a separation, force yourself to be out with friends. And if you need help, um, with different skills that might make it easier for you to secure a relationship and secure a partnership and learn how to trust someone else, then I would say get the outside help, man. And you can get a certain amount of it, online, but again, consider the source, do your research. And if you are working full time and you have some plan, you can do a lot of this, through a virtual platform online, with a therapist and everything today. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. Appreciate it. If you made it this far, please like, subscribe, comment. If you can, share a video with somebody, and we'll catch you next time.